Unlike most MMOs where quests are just kill 10 rats or fetch 5 herbs, Old School RuneScape treats its quests like real adventures. They give us rich stories, game-changing unlocks and iconic gear, plus memories of complete panic when a boss stacks us out. Today we're counting down the top 10 most iconic quests in Old School RuneScape history, from nostalgic free-to-play classics to epic modern Grandmasters. But before we dive in, smash the like button, subscribe to the channel and tell me in the comments what you think is the best quest in all of Old School RuneScape. At number 10 we have to start right where everyone's journey in RuneScape began, with Cook's Assistant. Now mechanically, Cook's Assistant is about as basic as it gets. You talk to a panicking chef in Lumbridge Castle who forgot to buy ingredients for the Duke's birthday. You run over to the mill for flour, head to a cow pen for milk and snag an egg for the farmers. Cook's Assistant makes my list because for millions of players over the last 2 decades, Cook's Assistant was the very first time you ever interacted with a quest after leaving Tutorial Island. It served as the gentle, charming introduction to RuneScape's unique quest structure. It taught you how to navigate the map, talk to NPCs, and use items on objects. It's short, wholesome, and pure nostalgia distilled into one single quest. In spot number 9, we have one of the most iconic quests in my opinion, Underground Pass. Back in the early days of Old School RuneScape and even now on fresh Iron Men accounts, entering the Underground Pass is the equivalent of psychological warfare. You'd spend 2 hours falling off the same trapdoor, watching your food supplies dwindle, tellying out and having to do the same thing over and over again because there is only one way you can go. Despite the suffering, or perhaps because of it, Underground Pass is iconic. It took players out of their friendly kingdoms of Mistfallen and Asgarnia and thrust them into a dark, claustrophobic descent into madness to overthrow Ivan. Completing it granted access to the Ivan Staff, which was a massive early game power spike for magic training. It's a true trial by fire that every main account remembers. At number 8 we have Waterfall Quest, the holy grail of efficient account progression. If you've ever built a main, an Iron Man or a PK Pure, you know the routine by heart. As soon as you step off Tutorial Island, you grab a rope, a glider and you head straight for the backstory and falls. The charm of Waterfall Quest lies in its ridiculous reward ratio. As a level 3 account, you have to carefully dodge fire giants that could easily hit 20 plus damage and instantly stack you out. But if you survive the maze and place Glariel's Pebble, you're rewarded with over 13,000 attack and strength XP. That takes your account from level 1 straight to level 30 in both stats in under 20 minutes. It is the ultimate early game shortcut and an absolute staple of Old School RuneScape culture. At number 7, it's Monkey Madness 1. This quest marked the exact moment your account stepped out of the early game into mid-game dominance. For many people, Monkey Madness 1 is the reason that you get the protection prayers. Sneaking through the deadly island of Apatol was intense. One wrong step near the gorilla guards meant getting thrown into a prison cell or sniped by poison darts. Crafting your very first Monkey Grigori to blend in with the locals remains one of the most unique quest mechanics Jagex have ever created. And who could forget the finale? Standing in the arena alongside the known royal guard fighting a terrifying jungle demon while prey flicking for your life. The reward for all of this chaos? Unlocking the iconic Dragon Scimitar, which became the undisputed king of melee training for years. Quest number 6 takes us deep into the Caridian Desert for Desert Treasure 1. When Desert Treasure 1 released back in 2005, it felt like an impossible summit. You had to hunt down 4 elemental diamonds hidden across Gielinor, each guarded by a formidable boss. Navigating the freezing blizzard at Trollwise Mountain to fight Camille when your stats were constantly being drained. It was a nightmare for any player who didn't know what was coming. But the grind was worth every second. Desert Treasure unlocked ancient magics, fundamentally changing RuneScape forever. It introduced Ice Barrage and Blood Barrage into the game, creating the foundation for Wilderness PKing, Castle Wars domination and high efficiency Slayer training. Released as RuneScape's 100th quest, RFD was an absolute behemoth. Instead of one continuous storyline, it was split into sub-quests, requiring you to save distinct council members frozen in time by the behemoth himself, the Culinaromancer. To complete the whole quest, you needed a massive web of skills and quests, and high skill levels across the board. For years, getting your Barrows gloves was considered the definitive proof that your account had officially left the early mid-game behind and was ready for high-level content. At number 4, we have the undisputed climax of free-to-play nostalgia, Dragon Slayer 1. Back in the golden age of RuneScape, Dragon Slayer was the absolute ultimate goal. Gathering the map pieces, repairing the ship with Ned, and setting sail for the dangerous, uncharted island of Crandor felt like a true fantasy epic. Walking into Elvarg's lair with an inventory full of lobsters and an anti-dragon shield was genuine nightmare fuel for a 10-year-old. Slaying the dragon unlocked the right to wear the rune plate body, which back in 2004 meant you were essentially a god among men in Varrock West Bank. Taking the bronze medal at number 3 is its legendary modern sequel, Dragon Slayer 2. Released in 2018 as Old School RuneScape's premier Grandmaster quest, DS2 proved that Jagex could deliver narrative experiences on par with top modern RPGs. It expanded the lore of the Dragonkin, featured high-stakes military battles, and delivered genuine emotional gut punches with permanent NPC deaths. It also introduced two of the best boss encounters in the game, Vorkarth, who became one of Old School RuneScape's most popular money-making bosses, and Galvek, an epic multi-phase dragon fight aboard a burning fleet of ships. DS2 set a brand new standard for what a quest in Old School could be. In second place, we have Song of the Elves. Song of the Elves wrapped up an elf storyline that had been left unfinished on a cliffhanger for over 15 years. It tested players' brains with the infamous 8-story Grand Library light puzzle and tested their combat skills for a brutal boss fight against the Fragment of Seren, a fight that served as a severe gear and DPS check for a lot of mid-level accounts. And the reward for conquering this monster of a quest? Access to Prifddinas, the legendary Crystal City, unlocking the Gauntlet, Corrupted Gauntlet, Zolcano, and the Crystal Armor system. This made Song of the Elves an absolute mandatory requirement for every modern Old School RuneScape account. And taking the number 1 slot, we have the Ides of Milk, where players were literally forced to guzzle down. But seriously, taking the number 1 spot as the grandest, most ambitious and mechanically impressive quest in Old School RuneScape history, Desert Treasure 2, The Fallen Empire. Desert Treasure 2 isn't just a quest, it's a full-scale campaign. To beat it, you have to master 4 distinct raid-level boss encounters spread across Gielinor: Vardorvis, the Leviathan, Juice Susselus, and the Whisperer. Every boss demands fast reflexes, prayer switching, and mechanical precision that rivals high-level PvM. It took the deep Zerosian lore built over 2 decades and delivered a thrilling cinematic finale, unlocking the Virtus Robes, the Soul Reaper Axe, and the Ancient Rig upgrades. DT2 represents the absolute peak of modern Old School RuneScape quest design. And there you have it, the top 10 most iconic quests in Old School RuneScape history. Do you agree with my order? Did Desert Treasure 2 deserve the number 1 spot, or is it Dragon Slayer 1 still the GOAT in your heart? Let me know your personal list down in the comments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another Old School RuneScape video. Thank you for watching, and good luck on your quest cake grinds.
Now, face the mighty bison.